Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Tuesday. This is Devils After Dark. Coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker. Undisclosed location, beautiful New Jersey. And cross-continent to the Michael J. Fox studios. It's Scotty of SiriusXM. Liquid metal from his Beverly Hills palatial estates.
Wow, look at you. Got the Bobby the Brain Heenan correct that time. Good for you, Sam Woo.
Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. As the Devils got struck by lightning 5 times tonight, losing 5-1. Lots to go over. I'm not happy.
Oh,
I know
boy.
you're not happy.
Oh, boy. Sam Woo's not happy. Someone's going to get taken to task tonight. We'll see who it is.
It's not Nemitz for a change.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like what he did at the end there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to Sam Woo and his issues, his Festivus, because he's got a lot of problems with you people. We're going to give Sam Woo the Festivus poll. Who's going to do the feat of strength? Who's going to wrestle Sam? Well, that's got to be Max. What's up, everybody? Tuning in on the old YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and X. What's up? Eddie Van Allen. I just saw Eddie and then an Allen at the. I just immediately thought Eddie Van Halen. So now you're Eddie Van Allen. Nick Adams, what's up? Selecta, how's it going? Yeah, tough game here, but not. I don't think it's a lot of. I don't think there's a lot of cause for concern. You got 3 guys coming back in the lineup. Let's get to the highlights here. There aren't very many, but you get 3 guys coming back in the lineup here: Connor Brown, Evgeny Danilov, and then Dougie Hamilton. And then we know Brendan Dillon's been kind of dealing with some things here and there, but he was in the lineup as well. Markstrom's in net. By the way, Dougie was on the 3rd pairing. Didn't really see too much from him. Danilov was on the 4th line. Connor Brown was on the 2nd. It's going to give us some line depth there, but getting 3 guys like that back from injury, it's probably going to throw the team a little bit out of sync, which obviously it looked like they were throughout this game tonight. But you do get that depth. Now you can start spreading out your offense a little bit more. But the injuries still continue, and they're continuing for everyone. We've been harping a lot on the Jack Hughes injury and everything like that, but go around the league, there are so many people getting hurt out there. I mean, look at Charlie McAvoy as well. Like, who expected a puck to the face like that off a rising slap shot? But right here, in Tampa Bay, Victor Hedman, out. McDonough, out. There's a lot of top-name talent around the league that is hurt at the moment. Of course, Jack Hughes is probably at the top of the talent part, but still, really important pieces to other teams like McAvoy. Nick Foligno in Chicago. We know he's not Connor Bedard, but he also protects Connor Bedard and is the captain of the team. Going down for 4 weeks. So the injuries are out there everywhere. So everyone is dealing with them. And by the way, you see in the lineups, Steven Santini playing for the Devils, the Lightning on defense. And I was like, that can't be the same Steven Santini that people used to talk about as the next coming of Scott Stevens from all those years ago. And all of a sudden you hear, hey, look at that. It's former Devils prospect Steven Santini getting a shot here with the Tampa Bay Lightning due to all of their injuries on defense. So, full circle action right over there. Either way, first period, Devils get a power play. They didn't look awful, but they definitely looked out of sync. They get a power play. The best chance was Paul Cotter right in front, and I can't remember who it was. Was it someone on defense came around, and I mean he was dead center slot. Okay. And one of the defensemen comes around and just gets his stick out there and gets a piece of it to really just kind of slow down that shot to a softball lob right into Vasilevsky, who obviously made the save there. But a little confusion gets the Tampa Bay Lightning on the board. Not too much longer into that first period. At 11:40, confusion between Cholowski and Timo at the blue line. Gunsel just pounces on a loose puck over there that looks like it got dropped to the boards to nobody. And he's off for a breakaway, and he was in with some speed. And let me tell you, he just ripped one past Jacob. Markey didn't even get down into the butterfly. It looks like he was still preparing for what Gunsel might do on this breakaway. And Gunsel was like, well, while you're thinking, I'm just going to shoot it right through your 5-hole. So don't even bother. Damn. That was a nasty shot. The first of Gunsel's hat trick of goals on the evening. Jesper Bratt drew some penalties in the first using that speed. There was a nice tic-tac-toe play with Palat, and then I think it was Stefan Nason got a really good shot. But Luke had a good chance off the rush. It seemed like Shimon Nemitz was all over the ice tonight, so that was a good thing. But goal right at the end of this end of the first period as well. We will ask Sam Woo a little later on, but this potentially could have been icing. And then the puck bounces right up to Mr. Nikita Kucherov. Oh, shoot. I was hoping it was going to be that other guy from the fourth line instead. No, it's friggin' Nikita Kucherov. At 19:38 of the first period, puts the Lightning up 2-0. We get into the second. Gunsel gets his second of the game. I don't know, Jacob Markstrom, he made some good saves tonight, but he also still looks just a little shaky. Just a little, I don't want to say unsure, but maybe, I don't know, maybe he's still a little dinged up here or there. We know Jacob Markstrom likes to play a lot of games in a row. And we have seen a pretty solid rotation with Jake the Snake Allen. So maybe he's still just kind of finding his footing a little bit, but I don't know, man. Markey he just looks a little shaky in there at times. There were a couple of those big Swedish fish saves going on as well tonight. But either way, Nico Hischier. So now the Devils are down 3-0 at that point. But Nico Hischier then gets the big blast opportunity set up by, I think it was Jesper. Was it Gritz or was it? I think it was Jesper Bratt that set him up there for the big blast. So pass across, boom, lets it go. And then Vasilevsky, whips the leg out, coming across, and then stretches out with the glove and robs it, puts the home crowd into a frenzy. Not what you really wanted right there from the big cat. But then, the captain doesn't quit and he keeps on going. And at 17:47 of the second period, Nico Hischier gets his fourth goal of the year from Gritsuk and Jesper Bratt. So that top line coming through, combining for a goal. Bratt is 13th. Gritsuk is 6th. And this was just a lot of hard work by Nico Hischier. Jesper Bratt getting the puck to Gritsuk, puts the shot on net. And the rebound is there. And Nico Hischier is driving to the net. He's got Moser on him as well. Okay, and they're battling. And then the puck goes off of Nico. It looks like he's trying to sort of direct it towards his stick. And then it goes off of Moser and into the back of the net as they're kind of collapsing into the crease area there. So this was a big, kind of bang play, and no one really knew what happened. Now the goal light goes off and they signal goal. But we all know about the lack of eye care plan and vision coverage for the NHL officials, in their benefits package. So they call it a goal on the ice, and then they say, hey, whoa, hang on. No goal, and we're going to go and we're going to review it instead. And they were just hoping they could somehow give it remember the Seinfeld, the Magic Loogie? When Keith Hernandez, Roger McDowell, spit on Newman, and then or spits on Kramer, then it turns, that's what they were hoping for. Because when Nico is trying to direct it towards him, he's not directing it into the net. He's trying to kick it back so he can shoot it in to his stick. So when he kicks it that way, now you're not directing it into the net. Oh, they can't get us. He did not kick it towards the net, but towards his stick, back, hits Moser, goes in. Somewhere, Justin Key is going to cry himself. Look at him cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow. Do a little, So I Married an Axe Murderer right there. He's got a huge head. It's like Sputnik. I can't do a very good Scottish accent. I can't do any good accents, but I try. They just all suck. But either way, Devils get on the board. 3-1 at that point, 17:47 of the second period. You go into the third, and guess what? The Lightning score 2 more times. Darren Radish with the big blast from the point, a nice riser, and then Gunsel gets the hat trick right at the end of the game. 5-1. That was a power play goal as well. Just rub a little salt in the wounds on the penalty kill there. Tough game for the Devils. Did they play awful? No, they didn't. Shots on goal for the Devils, 14-13. 5 in the third. Didn't like that third period as much. For a total of 32 shots. That's not bad. Third period, though, not very good. The Lightning 7-10-12 for a total of 29. Face-off percentage, Devils won over there. I would say this is, a significant 30-24. If it was 30-28, I would say they're pretty even, but I would say definitely Devils won that battle in the face-off circle. Now the special teams is hurting them. Oh, I'm sorry. The Lightning had 2 power play goals. So the Lightning went 2 for 3 on their power play. Devils went 0 for 4. They got the Jersey everything bagel with cream cheese. 0 for 4 on the power play. Hits pretty even. Devils 17, Lightning 14, 11 block shots, only 12 giveaways. But this really read to me like a team that was a little bit out of sync because there's been a lot of guys in and out of the lineup, and you just had a big switcheroo happen with 3 veteran players who are going to take maybe a little bit to get their legs. Well, maybe not Connor Brown as much, but Standenoff, Dougie, going to need to give him a little time to adjust into the lineup, much like Stefan Nason did. But the big thing for this team is they got to keep their heads up without Jack Hughes. Let's hear what you think about it. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course, the king of the football calls himself. Will we get one again on this show? Please tell me we will at some day. But right now, we're just going to hear about a man who might be a little angry today. Much like Chris Farley when they changed his coffee from regular to decaffeinated without telling him. And they had to bop him over the head with a frying pan 4 times to knock him out before he... This is all, by the way, a Saturday Night Live sketch, not an actual real life. Although with Chris Farley, it might have been in real life, actually.
Could have been.
The truth. Yeah, it actually could have been, yeah.
You never know.
But either way, a man who could be that angry as well. We will see. But we know his anger won't be directed at one Shimon Nemitz. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sam, by God. Woo!
Everybody was off today. Game Day Live, we were off a little bit. Dano was a little off a little bit with the color commentating. One thing I caught, he said Zubris, when he first came to the league.
Zubris?
When he was talking about Zubris coming in the league with the Washington Capitals. He came in the league with the Philadelphia Flyers. And then there were a couple. Everything.
Come on.
But I noticed these things. Everybody was off. The Devils were off. The referees were off. Actually, the
refs are always off as well.
Actually, the referees were doing what they were always doing, sucking.
Yeah.
So everybody was off.
Do you think Justin Key shed a tear when they were unable to overturn the Devils' goal, or when they had to reverse? They tried to overturn it on the ice.
Was he an official tonight?
I don't know. I forgot to check.
I don't think
he was. But I think he just puts out.
I'm sure he has a comm link. I'm sure he has a comp link with the other refs. Be like, no. Don't call it a goal. Make it conclusive the other way.
I think he's going to be crying himself to sleep tonight that they had to put it the other way. Yeah. But that's just me.
In all seriousness, the first goal that Tampa had, can we stop? Again, how are the Devils winning this whole time? Dumping the puck in, playing smart hockey. Not this east-west fancy schmancy, wait for the perfect shot or pass. Dawson Mercer, was it Dawson Mercer on the first goal? He was in the offensive zone, and I think he was trying to pass it back to Timo Meier. All these weak, softy passes that going in the wrong direction. Just dump the puck in. Just dump it in. And Tampa got it, caught the Devils flat-footed, boom. It's 1-0 Tampa, just like that. And, if the Devils are going to win without Jack Hughes, now if Jack Hughes played today, Devils would have won. They weren't in sync at all today.
No, yeah.
There's no Jack Hughes factor in this game today. The second Tampa goal, was that the one with the icing? Was that the second?
Yes.
Tampa
so
goal?
this is what I wanted to see your reactions to, because I believe you were a little perturbed by this play.
Well, of course, I have that PTSD from Steve Bernier, Game 6, Stanley Cup Finals, where they should have called icing, but instead, Scuderi,
a 5-minute boarding major instead.
Yeah. I mean, you go back to that replay. Nobody talks about it. I am the only guy that talks about it. That was icing by a mile, but nobody talks about it. It seems like icing is subjective, but in all honesty, it could have gone either way. So I'm not really. I just don't like how. I think the bigger problem was the Devils were kind of watching the play unfold. It was with no urgency. And those are momentum killers, because that was towards the end of the first period, if I'm correct, when that happened. So now the Tampa Bay Lightning has a 2-0 lead instead of a 1-0 lead, trying to finish out that first period. So that in itself, I was actually more mad about than the actual, was it icing, was it not? You got to play to the whistle. I'm sorry, but you got to play to the whistle. So no excuses there. I know, and I was even questioning, what's Markstrom yelling about? Was there an offsides that I'm not seeing or whatever? But I would have never thought that it was icing. So I'm not going to say it was icing because I didn't think it was an icing.
Well, Selecta said it should have been icing, but the ref was an idiot. So is he saying what you're trying to say?
Well, I could be the idiot.
No.
Oh,
not at all.
I'm just a hockey podcaster. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what? It could have been ice. Again, if you look at the replay over and over and over again, I'm sure you can make it an icing call. But in real time, it didn't look like icing to me. So if I didn't notice it the first time,
well, didn't you send me a tweet by somebody that said it was icing?
No, that wasn't me that sent that.
Who the hell sent that then? Was that Beer Baron?
It was Beer Baron.
Oh, okay. Oh, my mistake then.
Yeah. I think that was Beer Baron.
Oh, okay. I thought it was. Sorry, I got my text messages messed up over there.
Yeah.
It was Beer Baron with the anger on the second goal. I thought it was Sam Woo, because usually when there's conspiracy theories like that, it's Sam Woo. But I was more concerned
about
on Beer Baron.
No, I'm more concerned about Danica. I was like, Zubris, he was drafted by the Flyers. What are you talking about?
Well, that's an easy mistake.
I know, but he made 6 of them today. But anyway, that's here nor there. So Robert Isaacson said, "This is the first I heard of this. Now I have to go back and watch the Bernier penalty." Oh no,
Robert!
Go
Don't
back!
Encourage him.
Go back!
Don't encourage him, Robert. What are you doing?
Anyway,
go ahead. Explain your theory. Go ahead.
No, I'm over 2012. It only took 10 years to recover.
Come on, we want to hear it. I think, is that Will Smith who just scored for the Sharks? By the way, those Sharks unis, those like third unis they have with the fin, the black ones with the fin in the center, those, woo! I can't see in between who just scored that goal, but man, the team is, I like those unis.
So, and then I saw, I guess.
Come on, tell us your Bernier.
Oh, no, I'm over Bernier. Let's not talk about Bernier. We got to talk about this game. Then I could talk about Bernier. So, and the Devils came out in the second period, and again, it's, they had the stats out about, I don't know if MSG was just trying to make us say something, but they're saying that the third line had its chances. Palat, Nason, and
they had that one tic-tac-toe chance, but other than that, not very much. No.
They were pretty much invisible most of the game.
Yeah. They had that one really good opportunity. I can't remember if it was in the first or was that in the second, because I wrote it down. Tic-tac-toe opportunity, Palat and Nason. Yeah, that was about the middle of the first. That was after. I think that might have been during that penalty that Jesper Bratt drew. That holding or tripping call that he drew when he was like, it was still very early in the game. So for the majority of it, unfortunately, they were not really, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Visible, I guess. You were saying invisible? Yeah, they weren't very visible on the ice.
Well, you know what? The bottom six did not have an impact on this game today. And that's what they need for the Devils to get through the next 8 weeks. So if they're not going to be effective and they're neutralized, I mean, it was once you start getting into this East-West game with Tampa, you're going to lose every single time on most nights.
Yeah.
They're that good. Even though they're having kind of a so-and-so season, they're that good. You can't be playing their game. Also interesting note that I guess John Cooper is out for personal reasons, and so was Mike Sullivan. So I thought that was a little coincidence there. Hopefully everything's okay with both coaches. But also, what else that ticked me off? Now
it's all gone. I thought it was the second goal there. So.
Oh, well, if you want, I could be artificially infuriated about that.
No, don't be artificially
infuriated. I don't want to be faking it in front of our audience,
Yeah. Oh, did the Sharks score again? Damn. Or is that the same goal that they're replaying? Oh, man. This team looks good.
Now I'm going to watch this replay of this Steve Bernier thing. Now I'm interested. Hopefully I wasn't just being a homer, but yeah, let's see here. It looked like icing to me. Maybe I should pull it
Sam
up.
Woo.
Maybe I should pull it up on the big screen. But anyway, aside from this game, look, you're going to have these games every once in a while. The Devils are going to have to regroup for the Florida Panthers. That's not going to be an easy one either, but they just had a lack of urgency today. They seem too relaxed. You go down to Florida, you're enjoying the sun. I saw some pictures online. Fans were taking pictures with some of the players.
I think it just has a lot to do with the guys coming back into the lineup, things getting all shuffled around.
Yeah.
All the lines are out of whack right now, even to the point where the one question I have was why break up Nico and Timo at this point? If you get Dandinoff back, maybe keep Nico and Timo together and then move Jesper Bratt with maybe Mercer at center and then a Gritzuk. I don't know. I just feel like there's ways to spread out the lineup, and I'm sure Sheldon, Keith Richards will get that figured out. And but I feel like today was just a really big feeling out process for Dandinoff, Connor Brown, Dougie Hamilton. Don't re-injure yourselves. Obviously it was guesswork going into this because we didn't even know going into the pregame. It was at the pregame skate that they decided whether these guys were going to play or not.
Yep.
I know out here, I had the NHL network had the game on tonight, so every other thing was blocked out. So I only had the Tampa Bay Lightning feed, and which Brian Ingram is on. So it sounds like an old ESPN2 game from back in the 90s. But they were talking about the pregame skate, how they were like the Devils looked like a football team out there because they had like 26 guys out there on the ice taking pregame skates because they weren't sure if 3 or 4 of them were going to play. So I think that's, I think that's a big part of it. And I don't know. I just don't think Jacob Markstrom is 100% himself yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
He shows flashes of it, but then he just shows those other flashes of like, whoa, Marky, what are you doing?
But he's been like that all year, though, before his injury.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I feel like he's trying to overcompensate some things because I don't know. I just feel like he's shaky. He just doesn't have like his
Jake
full
the
confidence.
Snake Allen is confident back there.
Thank you for signing that contract, Tom Fitzgerald.
Yep.
When all of us were like, I don't know, we got all these young goaltenders. Don't send Jake the Snake. And Jake the Snake comes back. He's like, yeah, I'll take like $1 million a year for like the next 5. How about that? And they're like, yes, sir. Sign you up. And it's been a good deal because Jake the Snake has really had an unexpected resurgence. Someone who we were just assuming would take that backup role has at times, multiple times, taken the starter reins and run with them.
And that's what you want in your backup goaltender, to be a number one when asked, when he's needed. So, but I would assume that Jake the Snake Allen would be going against the Florida Panthers on Thursday. You would have to think.
I would think so. Absolutely. And yes, Lawrence, no team dinners here. Road trip is room service only. Plastic cups. Well, they can go out, just plastic cups. Nothing glass, plastic cups.
And no steak knives, too?
No steak knives. You got a spork, and that's it. A plastic one at that. If you have to eat your steak with your hands, pick it up like a caveman, you're going to pick it up like a caveman and eat it that way instead.
That's how Sam's salads are eaten.
Exactly. Afterwards, there's a nice sink with water and soap. You can wash your hands instead of going into surgery.
Oh,
You wash your hands, not the doctor. Okay. In all seriousness, no. Though, gotta say this, because as Devil fans, obviously, everyone was just shattered to hear the news about Jack Hughes, obviously. But the first thing we're thinking is, oh, again, hurt every year. Oh, this team, they're injury prone. We're not going to make a run now. They're going to go bad. Blah, 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 blah. Of course, that's the fan in us. Okay? But now that the dust has settled a little bit, we get a little time to think. A little time to get the emotions in check.
be more
I
rational.
think we all got to a little more rational.
Yeah.
You know? It's still frustrating. You know, you look around the league, there's a lot of injuries, of course. No other player got hurt at a team dinner with Frank the friggin' Tank, but it doesn't matter. They're all hurt, though. But they're all hurt. And it's not even the right Frank the Tank from American Whiskey. That's the other dagger in this. If it was Frank the Tank from American Whiskey, either way. Jack Hughes, we here at Devils After Dark and the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network, the Morning Woo, want to give you all of our support that we can. Because once you get the fandom thing out of it, this is a really scary injury for him. Think about this. You have been born and bred to play hockey. You go out to a goofy team meeting, slip on a spilled drink, and slice your hand to the point where you have to have immediate surgery. That's when you start thinking, holy hell, am I going to be able to play the way I did before after this? It's got to be incredibly just mentally tough for all that to happen, especially because you can tell Jackie Boy put in some extra work this past summer at the gym. You know, Nico did, but it seems like Jack did as well. And he's come into this season absolutely flying, looking to prove a point out there. That this team is the real deal and he is an elite superstar in his league. And he is. And then this happened. So I'm going to take the perspective of Jack Hughes, my friend, even though we never really met. I've seen him at a game or two. I never met the guy. But I'm going to say, I got your back, buddy. I don't know how freaked out that you must have been to the fact that this crazy random injury could actually alter your career. But I know you don't like to lose. And I know you don't like to come in second or third or fourth or fifth. And you were getting that grasp, that taste, not of a Chicago cut steak, but of first place. And I know you want more of it. So Jack Hughes, you do whatever you got to do to get back. And we, as Devil fans, now that we've got our emotions in check, now that we're not thinking strictly as a fan, but also thinking a little bit more as a person as well, Jack Hughes, we have your back. And Devils fans out there, you see a Jack Hughes post on socials, when he comes back to the rink, let's all just stand up and applaud this young man, because when he's out on the ice, the magic happens. And this freak accident, no one's really talking about this. This freak accident almost took that away from him and from us. So let's get all on the side of Jack Hughes coming back and being that force he is. But let's support the dude however he needs. Because I'm sure through this first week, that's all he heard was, "You slipped at a team dinner?" That's all he heard. Probably from friends and family, not to mention the media everywhere. No one said, "Is Jack going to be able to play hockey again the same way? Is this going to change his life?" No, we just thought, we're going to miss the playoffs again. But this could have altered the rest of his life. We hope that it doesn't, but the fact of the matter that they needed to get surgery that quick, it's pretty serious thing right there. So, Jack, I just want to say, I'll apologize for all the jokes. A lot of them were in sarcasm, but I know sometimes maybe my timing wasn't correct. So I will say, I will apologize. And if you ever need anything, don't you dare hesitate to call upon Devils After Dark here, or any of us at the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network, and we will make it happen. Especially a dinner with the real Frank the Tank, with all plastic cutlery.
Should we get him a get well card?
We should.
I think we should
get him
a giant get well card.
We should get him a get well card, and let's get people to sign it at American Whiskey.
I think that's our plan. We'll get the get well card next time we're at American Whiskey's Monday. I think next week we'll get people to sign it.
Let's get people to sign it.
Yep. South Fork Yeti, are you for real? Well, yeah.
I mean, no, we are not trading Jack Hughes. I mean,
I don't know where that came from.
Listen, I know we were all upset about what happened, and we're all like, "You kidding me? You're just like at a team with who? They were out with who? Are you kidding me? What?" You know, that was our initial reactions. I never heard anything about any of us saying trade him. So I don't know where that definitely didn't come from us.
I don't know why you would say something like that.
I don't know either.
I mean, honestly, I mean, on one hand, Scotty, I always think that sometimes humor numbs the pain a little bit about what's going on, no pun intended. But, you know, at the same time, I think a lot of times we get lost to the fact that, look, it's not like Jack Hughes wanted this. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, no,
exactly.
Nobody wants to slip, fall, whatever. I mean, it is a kind of a, again, and I kind of blame the Devils on this because the way they put it out to the media about this allowed this kind of nonsense conversation to happen. If they were like forthright from the beginning, what it was, not so much the medical stuff because there's medical privacy, all that kind of stuff. But if they just said, look, there was a team dinner, this and this happened, but I don't want to hear the details from reporters talking to their sources. I'd rather hear from the team right up front and saying, look, we're trying to get a diagnosis, get a handle on this, but Jack is hurt and it's pretty bad. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, but they didn't do that. The release was like, again, like a lawyer that wrote it, you know, and it's like, just be honest with us, you know, and that's what invited all the sarcasm, especially from the state of New Jersey. You know, you're talking about people from New Jersey, you know. Then you've got reporters calling Chicago cut. Okay, the nonsense that followed of Devils fans writing bad reviews on Yelp and Google reviews of the restaurant, which had nothing to do with anything, you know. That I had a problem with it because now you're messing with somebody's livelihood. That business is already, you know. But Robert Isaacson said it best. The release read like a cover up. It really did. The first release they had with this it was a total like I don't know if it was done on purpose to get people talking, but the conspiracy theories were going through my head. Like, what?
Well, either way, I'm saying, Jack Hughes, we're done with all that crap. We got your back, dude. Whatever you need, we got you. And like I said, Devils fans, if he puts a post up about rehab or just getting back on the ice or something like that, like it, make a burner account and like it again. You know, like do whatever you got to do. You got your friends and everyone just like it. And when he gets back on that ice, everyone stand up and give that kid a big, massive round of applause.
Yeah, I'll have to find a Hallmark somewhere and get one of those big get well cards.
Big card. And if you're going down to the game, stop by American Whiskey and then sign the Get Well Soon Jack Hughes card.
Yep. We'll get that done.
Or we could be funny and like, you know, say like, congratulations. No. Never mind. I won't do that.
No.
Because then it'll just start.
Well, you know, the Hughes family, they do dine at American Whiskey, especially when Quinn's in town, you know, so.
No. I was going to say, you know, a funny prank back in the day would be like if it's, you know, someone's birthday, you get them like a, you know, happy retirement or something like that card, or like, it's a boy. I'm like, maybe we shouldn't do that because then people will be like, Jack Hughes just had a kid. No one knew. What happened? Blah, 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 blah. And we'll end up starting the cycle.
Yeah, he's really out on FMLA, you know.
We'll get him a Get Well Soon card, and that's what it'll be. That's what it'll be.
But I like what Robert Isaac said. As long as it's he is not Scattaboo going to WWE events. Did you see that?
Oh man, I did. I
was like, is he on his ankle? You're not supposed
to.
Yeah,
how dumb can you be, dude?
Could have made a worse situation even more worse.
Keep the helmet on when you're doing the headbutts with your teammates, bro, because it's starting to show already, man. Keep the helmet. Just stop doing the headbutts in general. Holy hell. I saw that and I was just like, are you friggin' kidding me?
I'm surprised.
Event, fine. Don't get involved where you can somehow injure yourself even more. If you're on a broken ankle that shattered the wrong direction, you're probably compensating for it on the other leg. Don't screw up the other leg when you're trying to throw, And listen, I love pro wrestling. Don't get me wrong, but that was just stupid. Who's in charge over there at the New York friggin' Giants?
Definitely not.
Don't get me started.
Abdul Carter. Surprised he wasn't
don't get me
sleeping
started
through
the Giants.
that. Anyway.
Either way, Devils lose tonight, 5-1. I would say don't get too bent out of shape about it or too up in arms, okay? We got a lot of people getting back into the lineup. I wouldn't even be that surprised if the Florida game was a little sloppy at points. I hope we see some progression, though. It may start out that way, but let's hope it doesn't finish that way. Or if it does start out that way, it doesn't revert and they play one good period and then they're crap for the second and the third. Let's hope that they have some progression here with these three guys getting back in the lineup. And we really didn't even mention either. I mean, Brendan Dillon's been dinged up here and there. He hasn't missed games, but he's been kind of dinged up as well. So let's just get all these guys back and healthy. We talked about it. That's the huge key for this team over the course of this season is health. And we got hit with the injury bug fast and hard there to start this season off. So as they're slowly getting back into the lineup, be patient, let them get their groove. And this team has the talent to survive without Jack Hughes. I know in the past they have struggled mightily, to say the least, but they have the talent to be able to do it. They got Sheldon Keefe Richards has just got to find those right combinations of players to get the most out of them until Jack comes back in mid-January to really give this team that big boost. That is going to be the greatest mid-season acquisition the Devils could possibly have.
Yeah. It'll come at the right time.
Yes. And if he misses the Olympics, Jack, you'll be 28 when they come back around. You can go for it then. Don't rush into it and get yourself re-injured. Well, let's wrap this bad boy up, Sam Woo.
Should I hit the music?
You should hit that music. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget, State of the Fan address tomorrow night with Nick Filano right here on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network. And as always, the hottest new morning podcast coming your way with I think it's a 832-day podcast streak right now. The Morning Woo with your host, Sam by God Woo.
I think it's at 45 days, but that's okay.
832, I heard.
Oh, okay. Want to thank all those tuning in, dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. I'll see you tomorrow. And also remember, State of the Fan address, 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Till next time, let's go Devils.